Hello friends! So I am getting ready for yet another art market this week. It's a cute little event titled Fairyville, and I think it's going to be a blast. So for this vlog, I'm going to take you through prepping, and I'm going to take you to the market with me tomorrow and watch a full setup. I swear I'm going to remember my camera. Stick around. I'm Jen, single mom, artist, and entrepreneur. This is my journey to building life by my design. Come along while Jen juggles it. Okay, so for starters, I made a couple of additional pieces this week that I'm just finishing up. All I'm doing is polishing. This is carnauba wax that you use on your car that I'm using to polish these pieces with. I find that it works really well. It keeps the solder from tarnishing too bad. If you have a stained glass piece that you want to shine back up and make look pretty and new again, carnauba wax. So I'm just polishing this first side. Then I'm going to turn them over and put more wax on the other side. And while it kind of dries, we'll get started on some other things. I just use the little sponge that comes with it to apply it. Nothing crazy. And I do this with all of my pieces, all of them. The final step before they get boxed up to be taken to events, the final step after I make a piece is always to polish it. I still need to put some ribbons on these after I'm finished polishing and some price tags, and then these are ready to go. I am mostly still packed up from last weekend's market, so I just have a few additional pieces that I'm going to pop into my totes, and then that will be done. Making sure this is all sun catchers. Okay, I'm going to finish polishing the last sides. Polish these up on this side real fast. And I just use a super soft cloth. Carnauba wax also gets any dirt and grime off of them, which is why my cloth gets so dirty. So any leftover remnants from when I cleaned the pieces. So after I finish soldering, everything gets cleaned. I use either alcohol and a rag, or sometimes magic erasers. I don't know why, these things work great though. But any dirt and grime that gets left behind from any of that, the carnauba wax will remove as well, which is why this gets kind of funky looking. But now they're shined up and pretty. They need ribbon. Try to make them approximately the same size. Obviously, I did not measure that ribbon. I just snipped. Keep all my tools handy here on my silly little cart. And then they are good to go. So I'm going to pack these little guys into my bins as well. And then I thought I'd show you what I keep in my main tote that goes to all of my events with me. So this tote goes to every single event with me. This tote has everything I could possibly need during the course of the day in it. And there's actually a few things we are going to add to it today. My money bag, this is the last thing that goes in. I always put that on top. I actually have to run and get some change still today, and I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna empty it out, and then we're gonna go through it a little at a time. Okay, so I do markets in all seasons. Sometimes we even do outside markets when it's cold out. So, toe warmers, hot hands. I always keep them in here. Always in the bottom of my crate. So are various bungee cords. This is in case I want to set something on a little stand. Bungee cords. Benadryl, I'm allergic to bees. And it never fails. If I don't have this with me, I get stung at an outdoor event. Every time. Hand sanitizer. I like to keep that up on the table for when we're handling money and all. It's just a good idea. Some extra masks because, you know, this is part of life these days sometimes. Clipboard just because you never know when you're going to need it. Plant care for my air plants that I don't currently have to sell right now. These are a couple of jewelry stands. Some of the items that we have at our booth are some upcycled jewelry items that Kimberly and I have made together. So those go in here. Aprons for money. I have a money bag, but I don't usually leave the money in the money bag during events. It's safer to wear your money because then your bag or your cash drawer or your bin or whatever it is you use for your money doesn't walk away. I've never had it happen. Ugh. Knock on wood. I've never had my money walk away at an event. Let's knock on that some more. But that's because I'm diligent about it. You have to be. So if you do markets, if you do any kind of events like this, be diligent. Wear your money. Keep it on your body. Whether it's in an apron, a fanny pack, I know, they're terrible. Who cares? I don't care. Do you care if you're wearing a fanny pack? If it keeps your money safe? Girl, don't care about that shit. Seriously. It's not a fashion show. They're there for your stuff. Bags. These are still bundled because I haven't opened them yet because I haven't had to. They're like super not exciting. They're just little black bags. I buy them in bulk when I see a sale on them. Pick them up somewhere. Yeah, usually on Amazon. A sign with our store name that shows that we accept Visa and MasterCard. And there's a picture of my daughter on it because this all started because of her. And there's a little tidbit about Kimberly. Because again, this all started because of her. Originally, this was just her business. Just her upcycled journals. I have a couple of different stands. This one is for jewelry. Again, it's loose. I'm gonna tighten that. A notebook. You never know when you need to take notes. Kimberly and I like to track what we've sold. And sometimes I just need to write something down. Sometimes I meet a vendor that I want to remember who they are. And business cards. Sometimes I lose business cards, frankly, especially during the chaos of an event because you're setting up and tearing down and it's just kind of crazy. So if I can write it down in my notebook, I'll actually remember the information I wanted to remember. Or put it in my phone. Sometimes I'll do that too. Mini bungee cords, because you never know what you're going to need them for. They come in handy for all kinds of things. I have some other sized bags. These are for little things. I always also carry a giant roll of bubble wrap. That's already in the car because I just bought a new one last night. This one is for bookmarks. My daughter makes these little ribbon bookmarks with charms on the end, and they work really well on this little stand. I have a second little stand that we sometimes use if we need it. It's like Tetris, getting it all to like fit in there the way you want. Signage. Very important. A second sign that says that we accept Visa and MasterCard. A sign that shows how much her upcycled journals are. She sells them for $12 or 2 for $20. Bookmarks are $2 each or 3 for $5. Always need signage. People will ask, but not always. It's way better to have a sign. And I want this to lay flat under here. I also have a couple of extra ones. I am going to steal one of these though. I'm going to leave the extra bookmark one because I like to lay that by the bookmarks. They're not always right next to the journals. But this one, I am going to steal because for this event, since this is a Fairyville event, we also made magic wands. So I need a sign. Say how much those magic wands are, which we're selling them for $10. So I'm going to make this my magic wand sign. This is part of why I needed to go through this bin anyway. Just trying to make sure I have it like mildly centered. It's just a piece of printer paper. It's nothing crazy. You do not have to reinvent the wheel for this stuff. The biggest secret, and I'm just going to share this in case you're watching this because you care. The biggest secret with markets is just look professional. Do things professionally, but you do not have to reinvent the wheel. They don't have to be over the top crazy. You need to, your booth needs to be communicative so that people can see and understand what you have for sale. And a lot of people do not want to ask questions. So if you have things in writing where they can see it and they don't have to talk to you to find out how much the thing they're interested in is, that's a giant bonus. Always, always, always have signs. If you're not going to tag everything individually, have signs. Okay, these are some sun catcher things that we also made, so I just put these in here because they're tiny and they don't take a lot of space, and it's just as well. Oh, there's another apron. Okay, for the stained glass, I have a variety of different ways that I hang items. I have these cute little hooks, which go in here. I also have these rings. These are shower curtain rings. Silver shower curtain rings. But they get the job done, man. I also have a bunch of little S-hooks. Although these won't work anymore with the new setup because I've redone my booth setup and now these will not work. So I don't think I'm going to put these back in here. Tape. Business cards. And actually, I'm going to fill the holder back up the rest of the way. And I hope I have another box. Let's find out. Okay, this should get us through this weekend, but note to self, I have to order more business cards because we're almost out. Cute, glittery tablecloth. We have 3 tables. We don't always take all 3. We're only going to take 2 this weekend. We're only going to take 2 this weekend. But I just keep all my tablecloths in here. So these fit the 2 smaller tables. This one fits the large table. All good. Charger, phone charger. This is one of those recharging things. This is great for both your phone when you're taking credit card transactions, and also I can recharge my vlogging camera with it as well. So it's charged. It's been plugged into the computer for a couple of days, so it's charged. It goes in here. My money bag will go in here, and so will the camera that I'm shooting on right now. Those are the last 2 things that are going to go in here. So that's everything that I take with me to a market. Think of? Let me know if you think there's something that's important missing from my kit. I just wanted to share this with you because I found it incredibly amusing. So I, have all my stuff packed up into my bins. The car isn't packed yet because I still have to pick my son up from school. But I'm on my way to the vet with Bristol, the black dog, this girl, because she has, whoops, I had my finger over the lens, sorry. Because she has her yearly appointment for her shots and all today. And it just dawned on me how incredibly silly and stupid it is that I have one dog in the car driving to the vet and I have a sample of poop in my purse from the other dog. Because she got shots 3 weeks ago and part of her workup is a fecal sample and I hadn't had a chance to get it and take it back to the vet. So here I am, single mom, entrepreneur, artist, carrying a sample of poop in my purse. Right? Life is weird. Okay, the car is loaded and ready for tomorrow. As you can see, it is much fuller than it was for the last event. That's because I'm not just taking glass. I also have my daughter's upcycled journals and our tent. This thing takes up an enormous amount of room. Then I've got these 2 poles in here that go all the way up onto my dashboard that are gonna hang stained glass from. I will show you the setup tomorrow morning. Okay, we're all set up. Magic wands. Some upcycled necklaces. Bookmarks. Kimberly's journals. Bradley's back there watching a DVD. Journals. Some glass pieces. And then my wall of glass here. In my typical fashion, I have already spilled coffee on my shirt and sweated a lot getting set up. And in typical Indiana fashion, it was 43 3 days ago, and today it's going to be 83. But it's a beautiful day. People are already showing up, and I think it's going to be a fabulous event.